What's up, y'all? Spider here. So, for this video, what I want to do is I want to talk using smartphone cameras as pretty much the only cameras that I've been using on my channel for video. Not even pretty much. I've literally been exclusively using phone cameras as my main camera on for YouTube since I started YouTube. And how long has that been exactly? like 6 years or some crazy shit like that. Like, let me look on where's the app at? It's right there. Sorry, I don't really pay attention to this, even though I should. But sort by uh, are you serious? Why do they change how stuff? Because I used to be able to just be like, sort by latest or earliest, oldest videos. Now I gotta sit here because now I have so many videos. let's just let's just say like 6-7 years. Let's just say that I've been doing YouTube, recording on a phone primarily for exclusively. I've just been literally just been changing what phone I've been using for the past 7 years, give or take. And I want to talk about how I don't necessarily have an issue with it, because and why I don't feel like I'm missing out on the super sexy background blur. Look how crazy. Sony Xperia 1 Mark III, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Look how crazy that is. I'm pretty close. How much closer I can get. That's pretty goddamn close to the sensor. It's insane. But nonetheless, I've been recording on phones, and I haven't been feeling like I've been missing out. Even when I did get a dedicated camera, I never used it for video. I'd never used it for video, solely for photos. And I probably will make a video detailing my thoughts on just using a phone primarily for photos as well, because up until 2 years ago I never had a dedicated camera. And you guys saw I did a review on the Canon EOS Rebel T7, and it's a really good camera, especially for beginners. But for a lot of these camera people that sit here and say you don't get the bokeh, you don't get the background blur, so what? Like, that's all I gotta say. So what? I don't really care. And it's just something that I feel far too many over prioritize. They over prioritize having the flashy background blur rather than having something that's quality and that looks good. Now, obviously, I personally don't think right now that this looks the best. I'm in a dark room. I don't have studio lighting. I'm using a lamp. But in terms of how I feel about the overall setup and stuff, the primary things that made me do this is phones got so good at a point in time with video that I decided, why not just use phones? And it was the intention to do it until I had enough money to get a dedicated camera. But so many phones, most phones outshoot cheap, affordable DSLR cameras. Like, most phones these days can do at least 4K 60. And I know all the 4K 30, 4K 24. I'm not recording a fucking movie. So this isn't something that I need some cinematic. Now, I will take 21:9, funnily enough, but 4K 24, nah, bro. I need 60. I need 4K 60. And Most phones do that now. Hell, most phones now, couple phones now do 4K 120 on the back of their phones with audio. They're dedicated cameras. I'm doing 4K 120 right now on the One Mark III with audio. And dedicated cameras can't do it with audio. Fucking $6,000 cameras can't do it with audio. So it's just something that's very insane to me. And this isn't to say that there's no value in having a dedicated camera. Obviously, if you want to up your game in certain levels and you want to look more professional, I guess you can say going to a dedicated camera would be better. If you want to go truly professional with your photography, I would still probably say going with a dedicated camera will be better, because it's just they output more detail. Let's just be real, they output more detail, and that matters if you're doing like wedding shots and stuff like that. But in terms of how I overall feel, I'm personally not missing out. One day, may I get a dedicated camera solely for video? Maybe, but I don't see that happening. I'm more looking into other phones where I can utilize them solely for video. And while the One Mark III isn't that, this is my primary phone. I am looking into other phones with decent enough output, or good enough output for me, that please me and that have exceeded my expectations time and time again, like a V60. I'm looking for those kind of phones, but I don't want to put the V60 through its paces too much, because LG's not making phones anymore, right? So I'd rather spend $1,000 on a phone that I use for multiple things, that I can do heavy content editing work on, that I can shoot 4K, high resolution, high bit rate, high speed, high frame rate video. I like that. And the fact that I can do all that on a phone, to me, is just nice. Now, obviously, the drawbacks are, oh, you don't want your phone to be your main thing because of the fact that you want more space for like a timeline and stuff like that. I get that. But for me, I'm just used to editing on phones now. Phones can render out 4K video very fast. Like, very, very fast. Like, it's just crazy how far phones have come since the LG V10 and V20 days, man. It's just insane. And I've been doing it since then, and I haven't been let down since. But that's all I really want to say with this. I think somewhere down the line, I will get another dedicated camera. I've been looking at it. I just don't know what company I want to go with. I'm eyeing Sony because I like how Sony does things on the One Mark III. And it'll be familiar to me, obviously. But obviously, I am also familiar with Canon as well, since I had the Rebel T7. And I'm just looking to see, and that's going to be almost probably exclusively for photos. I just don't see the point in using them for videos. If phones have good enough mics now, the One Mark III can connect external mics if you want to. Most phones allow you to do that. So I just don't see any sort of issues anymore. That's all I really wanted to say for this, though. This is Sparta. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, whatever time of day it is in the area. Have a good one.